If you had asked my parents when we were kids, they would have said they loved us equally. And maybe they believe that. But love has a tone, it has weight, it has direction. And in our house, it always tilted slightly toward my sister. She was the fragile one, the artistic one, the one who felt things deeply. I was the steady one, the reliable one, the one who didn't need as much. When she forgot homework, it was because she was overwhelmed. When I forgot homework, it was because I was careless. When she wanted something, it was a need. When I wanted something, it was selfish. None of this was dramatic enough to call abuse, it was just consistent. So when I bought my house at 35, I didn't tell them until after the papers were signed. It wasn't secrecy, it was self-preservation. I wanted one thing in my life that wasn't subject to commentary or comparison. The house wasn't large, 2 bedrooms, a small yard. It smelled like old wood and dust when I first walked in, but it was mine. Every mortgage payment drafted from my account, every signature written with my own pen. My parents came to see it a week later. My mother walked through each room slowly. My father inspected the foundation like he was evaluating an investment. My sister stood in the kitchen and said, "It's cute." There was a pause. Then my mother said, "You know, your sister's lease is ending soon." I remember looking at her and thinking she couldn't possibly be implying what it sounded like. "She needs stability," my father added. "You've always landed on your feet." That was the first time I felt the shift from suggestion to expectation. Over the next month, it escalated. Conversations about fairness, about how families share blessings, about how I wouldn't even have gone to college without their early help. Then a letter arrived, not from them, from a lawyer. They were claiming that because they had helped me financially in my 20s, they had a stake in my property, and that stake, they argued, should transfer to my sister. I read the letter 3 times before it made sense. It wasn't just emotional pressure anymore, it was procedural. We met in person a few days later. My parents sat together, my sister paced. "You owe this family," my father said. "Come certain I repaid you," I said quietly. My sister laughed. "With what? With money?" She stepped toward me. "You've always been greedy." I don't remember deciding to respond. I only remember saying, "I worked for this." That's when she slapped me. It wasn't cinematic. It was quick, a flat sound. My cheek burned. My mother stood up immediately, but not toward me. "She's upset," she said. "You don't have to provoke her." Something inside me went very still. Years of adjustment, years of stepping aside, years of being the reasonable one. I reached into my bag. "I didn't come here to argue," I said. I took out a folder. Inside was a notarized agreement from 12 years earlier. After college, when I had finally gotten stable employment, I asked my parents for a formal accounting of what they had spent on me, beyond normal parenting. Tuition assistance, a small loan for my first car. I repaid it every dollar with interest. We signed an acknowledgement stating the debt was satisfied in full and that no future financial claims would exist between us. At the time, they had laughed at my formality. Now I placed the document on the table. My father picked it up first. His eyes moved slower with each line. My mother leaned in. My sister stopped pacing. "You remember this?" I said. Not accusing, just factual. Silence thickened. A week later, we sat in a mediator's office. Neutral walls, fluorescent lighting, the kind of room designed to flatten emotion into paperwork. The mediator reviewed the document, confirmed signatures, confirmed notarization. Then he looked at my parents and said plainly, "There is no legal basis for your claim." That was the moment everything shifted. Not because I raised my voice, not because I threatened anything, but because an external authority acknowledged what I had known all along. I did not owe them my house. My sister didn't look at me. My mother's composure cracked first. "We didn't think you'd hold on to that," she said. "Hold on to what?" "Proof." My father cleared his throat. "One may have overstepped. It wasn't an apology yet. It was recalibration." Later, outside the building, my mother finally said the words, "We're sorry." My sister said nothing. Her silence felt heavier than the slap. I didn't respond immediately, because the truth was, the paper hadn't just protected my house, it had protected my memory. It confirmed that I wasn't selfish, I wasn't ungrateful, I wasn't rewriting history. I had settled my debts. "I need Stace," I said finally. They nodded too quickly. I drove home alone. When I unlocked my front door, the house felt different. Not bigger, not safer, just clearer. Ownership isn't just about property. It's about standing inside something and knowing no one can quietly take it from you. Not through guilt, not through pressure, not through revision. They asked for forgiveness. I haven't decided what that looks like yet, but for the first time in my life, the decision feels like mine.